What if your actual age isn't just the number of candles on your last birthday cake? What if your body, and especially your brain, operates on its own internal clock, a clock that might be ticking at an entirely different pace than the calendar on your wall? In this deep dive, we're going to journey into the fascinating world of biological age and take a special look at the age of your brain. Our mission today is to understand how scientists measure this true age, what it reveals about our health risks, and most excitingly, how we can slow down, or perhaps even reverse, the aging process within our own bodies. To do this, we've sifted through a mountain of research, from long-term studies to the latest findings from the world's top universities, to bring you a complete and accessible guide. So, let's begin. We're all familiar with chronological age, the number of years we've been alive. But how does the concept of biological age fundamentally change our understanding of getting older? It's a revolutionary shift. Biological age, often abbreviated as BA, captures the body's rate of physiological decline far more accurately than calendar years. Think of it as a detailed report on the wear and tear of your system. It measures the cumulative damage in your cells, tissues, and even specific organs over time. Remarkably, your biological age is a much stronger predictor of your health span and lifespan than the date on your birth certificate. Alright, if this age isn't tied to the calendar, how do scientists actually measure it? The tools for this are often called aging clocks, and they come in several forms. The first and most important are epigenetic clocks. These clocks predict biological age by analyzing tiny chemical tags on our DNA, a process known as DNA methylation. These tags act like dimmer switches for your genes, controlling their activity. The pattern of these switches changes as we grow older, and by reading this pattern, scientists can estimate your biological age. Famous models like the Horvath clock, which analyzes 353 of these markers, can predict a person's age with astonishing accuracy, with an error margin of less than 3 years. But why does this matter? During the COVID-19 pandemic, scientists used 2 other epigenetic clocks to study critically ill patients and made a startling discovery. A person's biological age was a far more powerful predictor of a fatal outcome than their actual chronological age. This means that in a crisis, knowing your biological age could be more vital than any information on your ID. The next category is phenotypic clocks. These use biomarkers that are much simpler to measure, the very same ones found in your routine blood tests. Yes, you heard that right. Things like albumin levels, glucose, cholesterol, and C-reactive protein. Clocks built from these blood test results have also proven to be better predictors of mortality risk than chronological age. So the next time you look at your lab results, know that you might be holding a hidden clue to your body's true age. And now for the latest frontier, proteomic clocks. These focus on the patterns of proteins circulating in your blood. Scientists at Stanford University discovered they could accurately predict a person's age from a single drop of blood by measuring the levels of hundreds or even thousands of different proteins. But the true power of this method lies in its ability to track the biological age of individual organs. Yes, researchers can now measure the separate ages of your brain, heart, liver, kidneys, and lungs. And not surprisingly, people with biologically older organs are more likely to develop diseases related to those specific organs. This leads us to our next fascinating chapter, estimating brain age. In this method, scientists use brain scans, typically MRIs, to predict the biological age of a person's brain. Computers analyze thousands of scans, learning the structural and functional patterns that change as we age. The key concept here is the brain age gap, or brainage. It's simply the difference between the age predicted by your brain scan and your actual chronological age. For example, if you are 60 years old, but your brain scan indicates an age of 65, you have a positive brain age gap of 5 years, meaning your brain appears biologically older. This isn't just a number, it's a significant warning signal. A higher brain age gap is strongly linked to mild cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's disease, and even overall mortality risk. These individuals are also more likely to have other risk factors, like obesity, diabetes, and heavy alcohol use. Studies consistently show that an older-looking brain correlates with poorer performance on cognitive tests, including memory, processing speed, and verbal comprehension. A revolutionary approach called Dunedin PACE has taken this even further. Instead of comparing different people, it uses longitudinal data, tracking the same individuals for decades to measure the pace of aging of their brains. This pace can predict the risk of dementia years, even decades, before any clinical symptoms appear. This provides a golden opportunity for families to plan. However, a strange paradox has emerged. Research suggests that families who plan earliest often have loved ones whose cognitive decline is already more advanced. It seems we are still not catching the signs early enough. Still, these advancements are incredibly empowering, but it begs the question, how much control do we really have over our biological and brain age? The short answer, far more than you might imagine. Estimates suggest that lifestyle and environment are responsible for a staggering 75 to 85% of the aging process. Genetics only play a 15 to 25% role. Let's get specific. Exercise is a key factor. Some studies show that just 90 minutes of strength training per week could potentially turn back your biological clock by nearly 4 years. Diet is also crucial. One study found that cutting just 10 grams of added sugar per day, less than a single can of soda, could reverse biological age. And what about sleep and stress? They are absolutely critical. Getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep and managing stress can significantly slow down cellular aging. It's fascinating to note that feeling lonely or unhappy has been linked to adding about 1.6 years to your biological age, while accumulated stress could add as much as 3.6 years. In essence, all the advice our grandparents gave us, eat well, sleep well, stay active, and don't worry too much, is now being validated by hard scientific data. But beyond lifestyle, more advanced therapies are on the horizon. One area is age reprogramming. Scientists are using tools like CRISPR gene editing and what are known as Yamanaka factors to revert adult cells back to a youthful stem cell-like state, a kind of cellular reset button. Another field involves senolytic drugs, which are designed to find and eliminate old, dysfunctional zombie cells that accumulate with age and cause inflammation. All of this is leading us toward the era of personalized medicine. This means moving beyond one-size-fits-all treatments. In the future, a unique prevention or treatment plan will be designed for you based on your genetics, your epigenetic profile, and your lifestyle. It's a paradigm shift from treating disease to proactively preserving health. Of course, great challenges remain. These technologies are complex and expensive, raising serious ethical concerns about a longevity divide, where only the wealthy can afford to extend their healthy years. So, we've journeyed far beyond the candles on a birthday cake to the intricate biological clocks inside our cells. We've seen how science is giving us the tools to measure our true age and how lifestyle and future therapies can change the course of that aging. This leaves us with profound questions. Does knowing our true age change how we live? How will it reshape our views on health, prevention, and the very meaning of a long life? And perhaps the most immediate question for you watching this right now is, what steps will you take, starting today, to influence your own internal clock? This is just the beginning of an incredible scientific adventure. If these deep dives into the frontiers of knowledge spark your curiosity, we'd be honored if you'd subscribe and join us on this journey of discovery. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We're eager to hear your perspective.